Why are you looking at this? Talking to me. Next.
We need to locate a bomb. Be advised your drone has located a bomb. Ten seconds to go. Insertion in 5 seconds. You've located a bomb. Make your way to its location and defuse it.
Oh my god. One more day of school, but I've got.
The diffuser is no longer in your possession.
Down there's an enemy
The diffuser has been
Yep,
recovered.
I've just dealt with that fucker real quick. Jesus. Wait, what was this? Sweater. Oh my god. Rip your ADS, bro. Of course.
Friendly last
They're all
operator
just
standing.
roaming. Like, it's not even like, you're gonna see it right here now. Because that's not a normal name, and it's pretty evident that that's not a normal name. I might just be an idiot, but, like, that's not console aim. It's pretty evident. Console players couldn't hold that level of recoil for so long. Like, this is the stuff I'm dealing with.
All friendlies have been eliminated.
Like, this is the stuff I'm dealing with. Tanked a freaking Claymore, and then just so easily wipes the floor with Ash. Because my teammates, like, I died pretty easily, but this Ash thought that, you know, and she probably thought Claymore was going to work, so that was really not her fault, to be honest. But she still should have been holding the angle regardless. Because with the absolute state that is console siege at the moment, she just should have been watching that door regardless. Because, like, I would not be surprised if that Claymore stimmed that alibi to 200 HP instead of killing her. And she just shot her in the head immediately. Because the L is a rat. I've determined that. The alibi is a bit of a rat. Not only a rat, the alibi is just a bit sus. Like, these days when I'm playing with my friends, it's so what, like, we want me and a come up with Kingdom Came, having a really good time. And even though there were MNKs, we were able to deal with it just because we were having fun. Just in general, you can just still enjoy Siege by just taking the mickey. But it's so hard to just take the mickey when there's so much going on that's, you know, just affecting you. Like, for example, just how many mouse and freaking keyboards there are now on console. Like, I never thought that mouse and keyboards would ever be a problem in Siege. I mean, I knew it could be a probability, but, like, I never actually thought of it existing. Yeah, that is so freaking obvious. Like, no one's falling for that twice. That's Ella is like, even just hearing the rate of fire, she can shoot that pistol, is enough to immediately make me identify her as, right, M&K. God. I didn't know this was a freaking horror game starring Alibi. Go on. Go on. Oh my god, Himani, you just saved me, but you might also be MK. Like, if you kill this one might just be normal, but if you kill anyone... Yeah, like, look at that. Like, look at that. Like, there's no point in even reporting. It's like reporting in, like, a game like Roblox. Or, like, Fortnite. Like, nothing's gonna happen. Like, oh, look, someone's reported it. Oh, let's just say we've evaluated it and they're not cheaters. You know, that way that we don't get complaints. So, you know, our game stays relevant. Like, it's, like, so sad. Because, like, this game is... When you break down the mouse and keyboards, like, mouse and keyboards on console, the hackers on PC, the LMA, I'm joking. Like, when you break down everything that gives players advantages, all the cheats, the macros, the mouse and keyboards on console, this game is a 5v5 game where you can just have fun with your friends. That's what this game is. Like, when you strip it down to its most basic levels, it is a game where you can just sit down with your friends and have a good time. And people like Dr. Cravard and Dr. B2A, these are the kind of people who just casually just smurf on mouse and keyboard, are just kind of cringe.
Protect the bombs.
Like, I'm not even joking.
Locate the
This
bomb.
one,
Ready
oh
for
my god,
assault.
Jesus. This really is a horror game. Like, when this, like, I don't play Xbox. I never have, and to be frank, I never will. And that's just solely because I prefer PlayStation. But I can guarantee you they're going through the exact same shit that we're going through right now. Potentially even worse. Because Xbox is, you know... I mean, I'm pretty sure there's more PS4s than Xboxes.
5 seconds to insertion.
But, like...
Op 4 has located a bomb. Get ready to engage.
Like, the main issue is not with, like, oh my, that's sad. You can just hear it! And you can just see it! Like, it's basically just a battle of M&Ks. And, like, I don't blame him for leaving. It's like, I don't actually know what a macro does, if I'm being completely honest. But even the names give it away, like, X6 Palhinia, Dr. Cravard, Dr. Beer. I mean, I know beer is German for beer, so maybe he's just German, but, like, the names aren't exactly normal, which makes you presume that they are, you know...
Op 4, last operator standing.
Get him.
Op 4 eliminated.
But, like, still,
Successful.
like, even though, like, things like that happen, where, you know, you can get your kills, you can have a good time. Look at this. I made one ping. Oh my god. Like, I made one soft ping that could possibly give intel on where that person is. And everyone on the field goes to him, pre-fires them with perfect recoil control. Like, this is not a console game anymore. Like, I swear if this anti-cheat isn't good. Because the thing is though, what they do is the way you get at mouse and you can get away with mouse and keyboard. I'm not sure what it is, but they just camouflage your movements as console. Like, all your inputs are like shown as console inputs. So like, well, no, he's not mouse and keyboard because, you know, he's using a console inputs. And that's not the problem. That's the problem. That's probably why this hasn't been resolved quicker. Like, being banned on console is a thing. You can get banned for DDoSing, and I've never seen anyone actually get banned for cheats. Because you literally have to, like, hack, and you literally got to buy a hacked PlayStation. I mean, that's what's most sad about this
Secure the
game.
bombs.
Like, it's just fun. Like, that's why I keep playing it. Like, if this game wasn't enjoyable, and it was just a pastime, like, I would not play it as much as I do. But I
Bomb
do
location
enjoy playing it.
compromised. Plan accordingly.
And that's why I keep playing it. However, the fact that the game is actually just being torn apart by people who want to see a higher number. They just want to see a number on a screen.
Down to 10 seconds.
Dr. Cravard, he has the same KD as me. And I worked my arse off for that KD. I started on a KD of like 0.4 at the start of Neon Dawn. I went through 50 ranked games, not only to get my sorry ass out of bronze, but also to get a better KD. Because that is what I wanted. Like, look at this. Look at this. Okay, now that was pretty sus. Even I'm not gonna lie. Oh yeah, please kill me. That was actually so fucking sus. Like, oh my god. Like, there's moments like that. Like, I look like an M&K, to be honest. But look at that! Like, that is not console. Like, it's just not funny anymore. Like, it was at the fun that, hey, get a load of these guys, you know, giving themselves an advantage because, you know, bad players, lol. But, like, now it's just like, hey, look, more mouse and keyboard. What selfish pricks. They, you know, ruin everyone else's fun for, you know, a number on a screen. Like, look, my number went from 0.8 to 0.9. Check me out. My rank went from silver to gold.
Friendly, last operator standing.
Look at this. Look at this. This is not a Siege game. This is actually, like, this is not the Siege I used to know. Like, I joined during mid-Void Edge, and the game had little to non-M&K. There might have been loads of M&Ks, I'm not sure. But at the start of that game, during Void Edge, I was a noob, so I was like, oh, no, he's just better than me, because I'm a starter at the game. In Steel Wave, when I started to get a little bit better, I actually started to notice it a bit more. We're about to see it here, aren't we? We're about to see it. I haven't reported yet. Look at just the movement alone. Just like that really doesn't say much. But like, it's not even funny. Like I say this so many times, because there's not much to say on the subject. Like, it doesn't make you better. I mean, it does, like in terms of rank, but it doesn't make you better at the game. It doesn't prove anything, really. Like, if you're that desperate to play M&K, don't play on PC. Like, if people play M&K because they don't have a PlayStation, which is complete bullshit. Like, say, in the 1 in a bajillion chance that someone is not playing, who does not have a PlayStation controller, and they have to plug in a mouse and keyboard to play Siege on because they only have a PlayStation, buy a monitor. Like, if I understand if you can't buy a PlayStation controller, but even that, like, buying like a monitor isn't that hard. Buying a controller isn't that hard. But you, like, it's impossible unless your controller's broke and you just haven't bought a new one. Like, it's like just get another one. Which is completely like I'm stating an incredibly unlikely hypothetical scenario here. That's too big boy wordy for me. I'm just like
10
I'm
seconds to
I'm
insertion.
basically saying if there's a 1 in a million chance that someone doesn't have a
Down to
PS4
5
controller, then fair enough. But I'm like half of the console player base
Op 4
does
has
not
located a
all
bomb.
not have a PlayStation controller. That's not how this game works. It's not how it'll ever work. To be honest, Siege is pretty unsavable. Like, if this anti-cheat doesn't work, I don't know what they're gonna do. It's just kind of sad though, because this game is so fun to play. Like, when moments like that happen, you just question. Like, it's one of those games that will make you say, what the hell just happened? Look at this shit. Like, look at this. Like, her shoulders are going into her head, she's leaning that fast. Like, look at it's toxic as well. Like, the community's unsavable. It's as if they're also hacking. Like, they're just shooting at walls.
One
This
Op
is by
4
far the
remaining.
worst it's ever been. Like, I've never came into I've never come into a game worse than this. This Jaeger doesn't seem to be too bad. Like, I'm sure when I see him fights, like, I doubt he's MK. Maybe, okay, I take it back. He is MK. Like, oh my god.
You have been spotted by hostiles. Fall back.
Like, they're toxic and everything. Like, but what are they doing? It's ridiculous. Like, this is the game. This is like with PC players. Like, oh, get used to it. This is what we play with all the time. But that's the problem. I mean, they don't really say that, to be honest. I'm kind of waffling there. But like this is what PC players have to deal with. But they're on even grounds. Because if someone comes to PC on a console, they're considered an idiot. Like, the world's best console player at some point went onto PC with the controller and got the diamond only, meaning that, like, there we go, like, him getting to diamond on PC with only a controller is so impressive, like, so unbelievably impressive.
One friendly
Like, this
remaining.
rate of fire is ridiculous.
Seconds. 10 seconds to go.
Like, this is it. The final minutes of this very sweaty game
Op 4
came down to
eliminated.
that.
Mission successful.
I didn't even get to see it properly. Just this. 10 seconds watching this. Like, oh my god. Like, what is this friggin' lobby? Like, it's not fun for me either. Because if I falsely accuse someone of being a mouse and keyboard smurf, like, it doesn't look good on my part. But so many players do so many ridiculous things. Like, it's impossible to tell the difference these days. Like, ugh, it's so frustrating to even talk about. Because, like, that's 20 minutes of my life down the drain. Because I die. I got, like, maybe 4 or 5 kills. But most of the time, I get a kill, I'll die, and then I've got to watch that. Like, that is how, like, if that could be what Siege turns into, if this anti-cheat doesn't work. Well, I needed that. I actually needed to do this. Like, oh my god, Jesus, I'm not dealing with that anymore. Ubisoft, fix it now. Jesus.